Hello everyone! This is Jersey Lee Z, you can call me Lee, and where is my chat? I sure hope it just shows up. Alright. It's Ace Attorney time, guys. It's been too long without our gay lawyers. Well, gay lawyer, because Kazuma is currently busy. Right! Alright. The Clouded Kokoro. I don't know why this is in Japanese. I don't know why it's not translated. Oh god, 144p. Condolences. Translator's note though. Kokoro means heart. The Adventure of the Clouded Kokoro.
I begin to think, Wilson, said Sholmes, turning his head languidly in my direction, that there is more to this case than that which we have observed. Indeed, that there may be another part to this story that we are yet to discover.
Yeah, like the rest of the Sherlock Holmes series.
Following the steam rising from his cup of herbal tea, leading him to the distant memory of that snowy evening.
Or she dead.
To the young lady collapsed on the pavement along Briar Road, and to the knife in her back. Lit in the soft glow of gas lamps, a most extraordinary scene had been set. And under the cover of a light fog, the curtain had risen silently on the insoluble mystery of our invisible killer.
See, maybe they were just using green screen, man. How do you know they were invisible? 19th of February, 9:47 a.m. British Supreme Court, Lord Chief Justice's office. Oh boy, I have to do British accents again. Fuck. Did you sleep last night, Mr. Naruhodo? No, not at all. Oh god, park benches are so hard. Oh wait, no, we went to a hotel. Okay. It was an enormous hotel, wasn't it? The rooms were so luxurious. It felt like we were staying in a palace. And with all the gas lights twinkling, it was brighter than day, even in the middle of the night. What about the enormous beds? After my time on the SS Buria, I wasn't gonna waste a single inch of that space. I spent the entire night rolling from one side of the mattress to the other. Bruh, go to sleep. Oh yes! It really was the sort of night you can only dream of normally. Except when I learned that we owed £3 for the rooms. That dream quickly turned into a nightmare. We're fucking poor! Oops! Sorry about that. I mean, surely, like, inns and shit cost money in Japan, right? The building was so impressive and the entrance so inviting, I just wandered in without thinking. In a lodging house in Japan, that sum of money would put a roof over your head for a whole year. Oh, fuck. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't help my tears when we were presented the bill. I really am sorry. Well, never mind. We must find some more affordable lodging straight away, though. How did you afford that? Did you bring that much money? If we're not careful, our entire stipend will be used up in 10 days or less. Oh, okay, I guess they did bring enough. Ugh. London is a scary place. Inflation, am I right? Good morning to you at this early hour. Yep, this guy. I don't know, like, he seems very villain. Like, he's gotta be a killer or a victim. I don't know, man. Why do they have big gears, like, open? Like, in the open? I don't know, I guess we're inside Big Ben? Oh, yes, well... Good morning to you, Lord Chief Justice. We have come to report on the outcome of the trial at the Old Bailey yesterday. We won, but at what cost? Suzaru sounds amazing. She doesn't bat an eyelid, even in the presence of the imposing Lord Strongheart. It's because she knows she can fucking take him down anyway. Yes, I believe you had a very comprehensive initiation into British courtroom practices. Oh, yeah, it was very eye-opening. Thank you. We watched a man burn alive. And in accordance with your instructions, Lord Strongheart, Mr. Naruhodo performed his duty to the end. At what cost, though? He was definitely not fucking innocent, bro. Yes, I've already been apprised of events. You conducted a remarkable defense. You may consider the test passed. Oh! No longer are you a student from the Empire of Japan. You may henceforth claim to be a fully fledged lawyer. Well, that was fucking easy. Could you imagine if in Legally Blonde, like, actually, I guess she did, like, take up the royal, not royal, the title of, like, actual lawyer, holy shit. Like, she did take up the actual role as lawyer, after, you know, figuring out one part of the case, because what's-her-face fired the teacher. Royer, yes. My country is delighted to welcome young talent from such a remote eastern land. Mostly because I'm a weeaboo. Thanks? I don't know what that means, so I'm a lawyer now. Now, in view of your new appointment, I have a fresh case in mind for you. I'd like you to take it on at once. I trust that won't be a problem. Another case already? We still don't even have, like, a place to sleep, man. Nothing trains a lawyer better than practical experience. I'm sure I don't sense dissatisfaction, do I? It's just that yesterday's trial ended unusually. I haven't quite come to terms with it. What's to come to terms with? The man was cleared. Who cares if he fucking died? What more were you hoping for? God, could you, like... like, wouldn't it be fucking crazy if they just knew that the guy was guilty from the start? And they were just like, oh, let's set up, like, a mock trial for the new lawyer to, like, test his skills. And then they were like, oh shit, he actually got him, you know, a not guilty verdict. Granted, you know, because he tampered with the evidence. Not the lawyer, but, you know, the defendant. But, you know, he did pretty good for a, like, newbie defense lawyer. The culpability of the defendant has not, at the present time, been established by this court. Consequently, the jury will not be required to proffer judgment. Well, Lord Fancyx, it's been a pleasure, so it has. And as for you, my dear fella, I couldn't have asked for a better defense. I was literally going to pay anyone 1,000 guineas to just stand there. Wah! I just can't help wondering, did he fucking deserve to burn the death or what? If Mr. McGilded really was innocent. Mr. Naruhodo! It's just that I never managed to ascertain the truth. And then the trial ended. Dude, you know that defense lawyers, like, defend, like, obviously guilty people all the time, right? I mean, granted, most of the time, if it's an obvious guilt thing, they usually just argue for a lighter sentence. But, you know, it's not like you're not a detective, man. Well, you needn't let it trouble you for a second longer. Sorry? What do you mean, Lord Strongheart? We fucking killed that guy. Fuck him. He hadn't paid his taxes in 17 years. Magnus McGilded passed away immediately following the trial. No! What? Mr. McGilded is dead? Did you... I guess we didn't know that. I have 19 minutes and 41 seconds until my next engagement. Time enough to talk. I mean, did you take, like, you know, travel time into that, or... I'm sure he did. Yeah, what happened? I don't understand what happened. I mean, I know what happened. He was in the fucking, trolley thing. He was in that cabin. How could he be dead? He was rich! After the trial concluded yesterday, there was a great commotion in the Old Bailey. As you'll presumably recall, an omnibus had been wheeled into the courtroom. Yeah, of course, that was the scene of the crime, which Mr. McGilded didn't... that was the scene of the crime which Mr. McGilded had been accused of. Precisely. Well, while the bailiff's attention was diverted by some other matter, the omnibus went up into flames. No. How could such a thing have happened? Yeah, I guess they weren't there to see the fire. Oh, only the audience was. That is being investigated as we speak, but already. The police have identified a corpse found inside the charred shell of the carriage as that of McGilded. I mean, do you guys have, like, dental records back in fuck knows when? That's awful. The man must have slipped inside whilst the bailiff's attention was elsewhere. And turns out that keeping fireworks in a courtroom is highly inappropriate, but we're still going to do it. That bailiff really needs to pay more attention. And how could that have happened? We love our pyrotechnics, okay? This is also being investigated as we speak. Thinking back now. Immediately after the trial, Mr. McGilded did mention going back to the courtroom to look at the omnibus. And then he fucking died. Well, I must be making tracks now. 'Tis time for the inspection. Sorry, what inspection? They're going to examine the omnibus again, so I'm told. I asked if I could be present for it myself. Just to make sure that all of my forged evidence is still there. An inspection of the omnibus? Not to my knowledge. I don't believe Scotland Yard had any intention of re-examining the carriage. But then who was Mr. McGilded talking about? Van Zeeks was like watching it burn. Maybe he invited him there? Never mind that now. You'll learn probably in the final case. The Yard is making a thorough investigation. This matter is no longer any concern of yours. Leave it to the police. Poor Mr. McGilded. He was pretty rich. Yo, about British court, why do you guys have fireworks? So, how did you find your first taste of our country's Supreme Court? Oh, well, I don't know. I mean, it was, wow. It's a lot of people. Mr. Naruhodo means that the whole experience was steeped in the solemnity of Great Britain's long history. Jesus, where did you learn long words like that, Susato? Is that in your big book of everything, too? It's really a world apart from our own judicial system in Japan, which is only a few short decades old. Wow, Susato-san has such a way with words. And you seem to have a way of failing to find the right ones. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud, or are you a mind reader? What the fuck? The judicial system here is the most advanced in the world. Learn all you can. Most advanced in the world, is it? Why the fuck did a man burn to death then? It was fortunate that your very first trial was a simple affair. Simple. That was simple? As I believe I mentioned yesterday morning, it was a trial you couldn't lose. Why? Oh. Does he know that McGilded rigged it? Oh, was he like fully intending on letting McGilded rig it, but then fucking, like killed him anyway? Is that how justice is carried out here? McGilded was ran over by a bus 10 minutes after the trial. I bet he would, like, I bet he wished he had. I think getting hit by a bus and instantly dying would be a much more pleasant death than slowly burning to death. I don't mean to be contrary, Lord Strongheart, but the case was anything but simple. It was actually pretty fucking complicated. The circumstances of the case were so incriminating, I was stunned when I first heard them. In fact, I'm still finding it hard to believe that we managed to get a favorable verdict. Is something funny? Is this like a British custom, or this British humor I've been hearing about? No, my apologies. However, the fact is that you did receive the not guilty verdict you set out to achieve. I mean, yeah. And that can only be attributed to exceptional talent. Wouldn't you agree? Do people just laugh for no reason here? They laugh because they're evil. This is the great message of this game. British people, the devil. Well, I don't know about that. Well, never mind. You exceeded my expectations, I freely admit. That much is at least an undeniable truth. Which is precisely why I've prepared the new case for you that I mentioned before. What's going on? I feel like there's so many, like, factors playing into this fucking game that I am not aware of. All the British are evil, this is a fact, yes. What was he gonna say before? Okay, like, what if they knew full well, here's my, like, shot in the dark theory. They knew full well that McGilded was gonna rig the case. And Kazuma, who is still alive, eating Pop-Tarts on the ship. Maybe he's, you know, found a hotel in England, I don't know. Like, he's still somewhere, fine. He's doing some stuff behind the scenes. And he's like, hey, British government, do you mind giving my boy an easy case so he can make it as a lawyer because I love him, and also I need him as like an inside man that doesn't know what he's doing, but you know, he's a very lucky guy, so he'll find his way. He found the Pop-Tart factory, by God. Like, if he if he didn't actually die on the ship, he's definitely gonna die of diabetes, you know? But that's a couple fucking years from now. Yeah, new case. Could you perhaps give us some more details about the new case you mentioned? Don't tell me it's a murder and the trial starts in 10 minutes. Please, bro, please. Give me some time to investigate, man. He has an addiction, oh god. Don't worry, it's nothing so alarming or quite so urgent as your last assignment. In fact, this case is completely different. Oh, I see. Did he just read my mind? I think you're speaking out loud, man. That is to say, no one has died as yet. And the trial will not be today. There is plenty of time to research the case thoroughly. Holy shit! Finally, we get a normal Ace Attorney trial with an investigation phase and a court phase. Holy fuck. It's, you know, it's not murder. It's attempted murder, you know? 23 hours, 43 minutes, and 19 seconds to be precise. So a day. So the trial's tomorrow, then. Is everything alright? He's gonna whack you with a stick? Eventually? Fucking maybe. Oh, yeah, I'm just a little confused is all. Like, don't they have due diligence here? Like, do they only do one fucking, you know, day of trial? What's happening here, man? Yesterday's trial was, well, it's left me wondering if I'm really cut out for being a lawyer. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo. I don't know if I could face standing in that courtroom again after Mr. McGilded's trial. Yes, I nearly forgot. There was one similarity with yesterday's case. Being? Murder? Once again, there is currently no one to advocate for the defense. Hello, Rich. Oh. If the situation remains unchanged, the trial will start tomorrow with the defendant unrepresented. And if that happens, I need not remind you of the inevitable outcome. The most terrible end awaits the defendant. Well, I think McGilded could have just bought his way out of it, you know? Your Honor, my client said he didn't do it. Well, we haven't actually met the client yet. And why do we keep coming back to Big Ben? Does he live here or something? I mean, his desk is right behind. So I think he does. Yes, that's right. Here we go again. I want off of Mr. Strongheart's wild ride. Your time is up. You will have to excuse me. I would advise you to begin making preparations for tomorrow's trial. There's no way that was 19 minutes, motherfucker. How's it going? I'm good. Just a lot of British accents ahead of me. After all, the clock is ever ticking. There is now but 23 hours, 26 minutes, and 39 seconds until court sits. Like, do you think he did the math as to how long it would take him to say that sentence? Because, like, why down to the second, my man? Last time he mentioned 23 hours, he said there was plenty of time. Make up your mind, man. Also, your cane looks like a fucking doorknob. And one more thing, Mr. Naruhodo. There is something I should like to ask you. Oh, what's that? Yesterday, you remarked upon something. That you intend to see through the will of your late compatriot, Mr. Asogi. Well, he's not late. I mean, he's late in, like, a time sense, you know? He's busy, I think. At the Pop-Tart factory. I don't even know what those are. Is that, like, a British confectionery, or...? I would be interested to hear what exactly you mean by that. I don't know. I literally don't know. Plenty of time was with those 19 lost minutes. Oh, oof. Inside 34 seconds. Oh, well, Cosma always used to say, you see, that he wanted to learn how the greatest justice system in the world worked so he could change ours in Japan. Now that he's gone, I'd like to work towards that myself, and there's another thing. Oh. Another thing? Continue. On the way here, on the steamship, he said something to me. There's something very important that I have to do. Something very important. And what exactly would that be? He never had a chance to tell me. Oh, so you don't know what the fuck you're doing. Oh, so I've just made someone that's completely blind going into this a lawyer. Okay, cool. Cool, man. What a waste of fucking time. I suppose he would have done if you're out of time. Well, thank you for an enlightening discussion. Mr. Naruhodo, what's all this about? Mr. Sogi never once mentioned anything of the sort to me. Well, we had a different kind of bond, okay, Susato? I urge you both to focus your attentions on the matter at hand. Who the fuck is that? I've taken the liberty of summoning the police inspector in charge of the case. Oh. What is in his hand? He'll be able to apprise you of the details. How long's he been there? So I wish you the best of luck and bid you farewell. There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean? Maybe we can do a seance and ask his sword. I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me. Anyway, we'd better talk to the detective, don't you think? Yes, you're right. Oops. I hope I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us at all. I mean, when the fuck is the detective ever pleased to see us, other than Gumshoe? Hello. Oh, they're fries. Like the big-ass fucking... Oh, I get... Sorry. And it's England. Chips. It's chips. Who is that? That's the police inspector, I guess. Holy shit. Infinite fucking fries? This man's a superhero. Could we trouble you? Fuck. What do you think? Lovely weather, isn't it? That's how you speak English. What's the weather got to do with anything? Why are you so aggressive? Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some frippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent eating out of your hand, you know. But Susato-san told me it was foolproof. Oh, what the fuck? Holy shit. You're so aggressive, man. I'm a busy man. A very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give the likes of you a talking to. Jesus. This man is a freak in bed, you know that. Oh, I'm ever so sorry. Can you imagine what the other officers there will be saying, Haven't seen Gregson anywhere, have you? No, he's too busy with the bigwigs these days. And all because of some bumpkin who's here on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters. Just no need to rip us apart as well. Like, how deep is that cone of fries, man? I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Ryunosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. Hey. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. Hey. It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? It is unseasonably fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine. Oh, so he's sexist. Unbelievable, how'd she pull that off? Woman. So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. Why can't you just read the fucking court record? The name's Tobias Gregson, Inspector Gregson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Susato cheating, yeah. Gregson, Inspector Gregson. What's the matter with Susato-san? Are you a fan? Is he famous? He doesn't look famous. Does this detective's name mean something to her? Yo, what's up? Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Gregson? You're acting like you know this man, Mrs. Zato, but he's a London detective, and we're from Japan.
Oh, I do know him. Very well, in fact.
Very well? When did you two meet?
Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh. Oh, in that publication. What's it called again? Rants magazine?
That's right. Inspector Gregson and Mr. Sholmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry.
Oh, you ship them then. Really? You rival the great Mr. Sholmes? That's not honest. That's honestly not really that impressive. He's kind of an idiot. It's honestly an insult to you.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Sholmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with the goods from time to time. I buy drugs from him, you see. Mr. Sholmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Gregson is the pick of a bad lot. Of all the Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words.
That's his highest praise? He's like, oh, you know, there's one good apple in the bunch.
Well, Mr. Sholmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see.
That he's not. And thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now. That's great, isn't it? Huh. I have to admit that to start with, I was a little, well, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof. Oh, that's wonderful. No, it is not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. What? People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure. I think you just have anxiety. Rumors?
Are you quite sure? I mean, it might just be people that are hoping that you'll hook up with Mr. Sholmes. Friendly rivalry and all.
He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head, stuff like that.
Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you?
Like I said, they whisper, so I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what the folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. As sure as eggs is eggs. As sure as eggs is eggs. I thought he said everyone wants to shake my ass. I bet. If he's, you know, Mr. Sholmes' friendly rival, you know people... people are into it. I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work. You know, we gotta get past the anxiety before we can actually converse with this man.
Oh dear. Perhaps a sudden rise to fame does change people.
Yeah, what about the case, man? About the case that Lord Chief Justice mentioned before. Nothing to tell, really. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it couldn't be simpler. Open and shut case. It's definitely not more complicated than this.
Oh dear, that probably means that as far as we're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated.
I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. A young woman was walking along the pavement on Briar Road when she was stabbed from behind. Oh, so, you know, average British Tuesday. Fortunately, it wasn't fatal, but she's still laid up in the hospital. Unconscious. Sorry, I forgot it's England. They don't say the hospital. She's still laid up in hospital. Unconscious.
That's despicable. What sort of coward would attack a poor woman from behind? Face me from the front, you fucking pussy.
I suppose you would have finished whoever it was off with a Susato takedown, would you?
That is neither here nor there, Mr. Naruhodo, but yes. Yes, I would.
Brace yourself, Rinosuke, you've angered her now. Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after the incident took place, to be honest. So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit?
Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question.
Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one. Sorry? There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke now. I'll for some covering my boyfriend during his Pop-Tart break simulator. Yes. Yes, it is. He's, at the Pop-Tart factory right now, engorging himself. Why ever not? Simple. The prosecutor that's been assigned to the trial tomorrow is Lord Barak Van Zeeks. Oh, we met him yesterday. No. Sounds like you've heard of him then.
Oh yes, we are very familiar with Lord Van Zeeks. Believed to be the harbinger of death itself.
The Reaper of the Bailey. He fucking killed that guy, bro. I mean, I think he's not that bad because we won against him, Lord Barak Van Zeeks, we faced in court only yesterday.
Mr. McGilded told us about him before the trial, didn't he?
When Van Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused as sacrificial lambs. And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned. I mean, they could get a not guilty and then burned to death, like 5 minutes later. This Reaper of the Bailey nickname. Suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against is found guilty, is that it? Not quite. They just fucking die horrible deaths.
Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord Van Zeeks, Mr. Naruhodo secured a verdict of not guilty.
And what of it? Speaking of which, what up with the cart? Oh, the cabin? Where the murder happened? Fucking dead. It's burnt to the ground.
Oh, well, I think that means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it's not impossible to save the defendant.
No, you really don't have a clue, do you? What do you mean? What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead. True. Magnus McGilded came a cropper in that omnibus when it went up in flames. What is that? I hate British people. So you can't rightly say you saved the defendant, can you? What are you saying? I did my job. Look, if Van Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on everyone, he'd be a miracle worker. That's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles, he works black magic. Who got its HP to 0? Van Zeeks, probably. I'd have a good long think about that if I were you. Sometimes he kills the defense attorneys too. Are we really supposed to believe that? That's why no one will face him. He just kills them, shoots them dead. Do they have guns? No, yeah, they have guns. Right, well, I filled in his request and I'm very nearly out of chips. No, you're not. They're fucking infinite, man. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there.
It was Briar Road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place.
That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the holding cells, you can meet the criminal himself. You've branded him a criminal already? Say accused, man. He's as good as, shaking like a leaf in his cell he is. I'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. Oh, it'll give you a chuckle if nothing else. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way. Inmate 53, thank you. That's a lot of inmates. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey, they say.
Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Yeah, the fact that this guy might just be fucking killed, you know? Assuming he's, you know, not guilty in the first place.
To tell the truth, when I recall the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in court again is...
Hey, he wasn't that bad. He's hardly the most aggro prosecutor we've had. I'd say, like, they're all pretty fucking aggro. Like, probably the least aggro one is Clavier, I would say. Like, who's the most aggro? I don't know. Like, Edgeworth was aggro, but in, like, a gay way. And I don't know, I think Van Zeeks is also aggro, but not in a gay way. But he is gay, but just, you know, like, not... He's not aggro gay for us, you know? Because I already have Kazuma. They can't have another ship, right?
Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too.
Well, yeah, but no one's gonna fucking defend this guy. But if the man they've arrested is innocent, you could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny.
So,
if I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events myself. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I'm gonna make some inquiries. Will you help?
did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant.
Thank you. So then, shall we?
Yes! Let's go!
Hell yeah. Let's get the fuck out of this place. Okay, so we could go to either Briar Road or prison. Fuck it, dude. Let's go to prison. "19th of February, local prison cell 9. So these are the British, these are British prison cells. They're pretty fucking bleak. Why are there chains on the wall?
Oh, they're ghastly. It feels just like a dungeon.
Yeah, and having experienced it in Japan myself, I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls.
Oh, don't, Mr. Naruhodo, you're making it seem worse.
I mean, it is. It is, though. Apparently our client is in this cell here, but it's so dark at the back there, I can't make him out. I wonder what he's like.
Inmate 53, your legal representative is here to see you.
Stop hiding at the back of the cell and show your face at once! Am I a cat as yet with no name? Who is this guy? Calling me bad number. It's utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer.
Mr. Naruhodo, what? What do you think is going on here?
He's dramatic. That's all I got for you, but, you know, so is everyone else in this fucking world. I have no idea, but I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese. Oh, shit. Hello, you're Japanese? A cat, Morgana? Excuse me, but who?
Shh! Quiet.
Oh, wonderful. I love Ace Attorney animations. Look at this man! Holy shit, what a fucking panic attack of a dude.
They're all around. Hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it.
Right. So, could I ask you...
There you are! You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it, you're a ghost!
A ghost? If someone referred to me as a number array, I'd too get crazy. Yeah, but I don't know. I feel like this guy is the type of guy that's been in prison for like half a day. He's been in prison for like half a day and has already gone nutso.
Oh, Christ. We mean you no harm, prisoner-san. Are you... Japanese, by any chance?
Could you not tell from my anime eyes?
This is... beyond my wildest dreams!
He looks like Mr. Potato, but anime. God, you're so right. Mr. Potato Head, what are you doing here, man?
Forgive me for that outburst before, I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. What the fuck?
Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I've left my hometown, and here I am in a frightful fix in a foreign land.
Oh, he's got the full anime eyes, bro.
So hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in this damn dark hellhole was
most monumentally moving movement. Holy shit, Jojo! You could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned to us is, a weeb? An otaku, I guess, because he's from Japan? Would turn out to be a fellow Japanese.
What compassion my fellow countrymen show! To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend a mere foreign student!
Oh, I'm not qualified at all. I was just made a lawyer, man. Ace Attorney's Bizarre Adventure.
Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon!
What? He fucking dabbed on us, bro! First-class lawyer? Oh dear, I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here.
I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example.
Yes, I can! I will!
Shan't stay sullen and silent!
What? But this dude's doing the YMCA every time he talks!
I'm not quite sure I understand what he means, but he seems happy.
Yeah, he does. I just hope he has a good reason to be. Thank you for your cooperation. I'm a lawyer, as you said. Not quite a, you know, experienced one. My name is Rinosuke Naruhodo.
And I am Naruhodo-san's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba.
I am a visiting student, sent here by our government. You're a student, sir? You look 53. What the fuck is happening? Yeah.
Notably, notoriously named Natsume!
Soseki Natsume. Oh, to be a 1600 suspect doing the Turbo Macarena. Wait. You're 33? Brother! How are you Asian and you're 33? You look like you're 57, bro. What? Strongheart's 52? What? Hello, April. What the fuck? How are you only 33? Here, you want to look at my armband? Oops.
Yes! Yes! The symbol of one of our great empire's first-rate lawyers! Which means, of course, you'll stand by my side, you'll defend me!
Oh, no, sorry, that wasn't why I was showing it to you.
Then why else would you show me that?
Oops. Hindsight probably wasn't the best idea. I just wanted to, you know, show it off. Yeah, about you. You look like a fucking horse, man. And I saw a guy, you know, pretending to be a horse in court yesterday. So that's saying a lot.
Soseki Natsume-san. What an unusual name. Call me Soseki, please. I'm a poet, you see, a writer of haiku. It's something of a nom de plume.
A nom de what now? You mean an alias?
That's right, Naruhodo-san. No, no, no! Don't be so prosaic! I'm much more refined than that!
And haiku really reminds me of home.
Did I hear you say that you were a visiting student sent over here by the government? Yes, that's right. A year ago, I was told to go and study English. To write English haikus. First, I had to suffer that misery, and now this! It's beyond the pale!
Suffer that misery? Did you not want to study here?
No, I mean, I've had an interest in Great Britain for some years, of course.
Oh.
But! Just because the government tells you to do something doesn't mean you can do it, no! And that's why I never pay my taxes. I'm poor as fuck, boy. What do you mean? If they told me to study English literature, that I could have understood, that's my field. But no, they told me to study the English language. Utterly, unbelievably, unjustly unreasonable!
Well, it's like basically the same thing. I see.
Only the other day I was told to send a report about my first year here. I tendered a blank piece of paper. Wise words on white washi!
Oh my god. Fucking got him, dude. God damn.
You must be a man of great standing.
Oh, yes! So I'm often told by my mama. And often like to be told, it seems. Is that sweat drop just like painted on your face, or is it a like tattoo, or what? The accusation against you.
Could you perhaps tell us exactly why you've been arrested, Soseki-san?
I didn't do it! I didn't commit that atrocious murder!
Murder?
Oh, no, no, it's alright. The woman didn't actually die, did she? So I'm innocent! JoJo's bizarre cousin.
But she was stabbed with a knife right before my eyes. Would a Japanese man do that? I would use a katana. The English are the ones that use knives.
Before your eyes? You mean you saw the attacker? Here goes a haiku. Your future is sealed, bound to the bonds of friendship. Destiny awaits. Wow, a Persona haiku. Haiku? Sorry, that's an anime.
I didn't see anyone.
What?
If I'd seen the person who did it, do you think I would be locked up in here? Oh dear. It seems this case is becoming rather complicated. Why me? Why me? Why did that silly woman have to be stabbed in front of me?
Bruh.
She should have just dodged! It's the curse! The curse of London, it's...
Incredibly, inexcusably, irritatingly inconvenient. A woman was stabbed, man. So, Sasaki-san was there at the scene, but he didn't see the attacker, and also has zero empathy for the woman in question. Okay.
It's vital that we find out more about the case.
Can't dodge your agility too low. Oof. Yeah, about that case, man. It was an accursed evening, just after the snow had started to clear and heavy with fog. I'd been to the bookshop to buy some books, and I was on my way back to my accursed lodgings. The other bookshop wasn't accursed, too? It could never be accursed. There's books in there. I love books. As I was walking along that accursed pavement, I could make out the sole silhouette of another ahead of me. Wow, I think I hate him. A woman wearing a green overcoat she was. And just as I went to overtake her, on the road? Bro. She suddenly let out a little scream and collapsed under the cold hard slabs of stone at my feet. She almost looks like she's doing the Family Guy death pose.
How terrible.
I called out to the woman, but she didn't move. It was like a ghostly, ghoulish, grim graveyard. I take it you're a fan of alliteration, man. Slight exaggeration there, perhaps. I was terrified. I had to get away from there. So I ran, as fast as my legs would carry me back to my accursed lodgings. That's not good. Why didn't you call the cops? Hell, they say it was shameful, I know, to run away like that. It's also, you know, extremely shitty. She good.
Tell me, Sasaki-san, was the victim an acquaintance of yours?
Alliteration. In my literature server, my Doki Doki literature server? Don't be ridiculous! Do you think I know any of these fair-haired English? And a young woman at that, I'm gay! I don't associate with her kind! I'm diffident, shy, timid, unsure. I can't talk to people. Mood. I see. A young woman unknown to Soseki-san. And at the time it happened, who else did you see nearby? Did anybody pass you? Regrettably, apart from myself and the woman, I didn't see a soul. No one? Oh, great. Oh, brother. It's gonna, like, I haven't actually played this case. Like, this is the first case that I haven't played. Like, the other cases I played, but, like, it was a while ago. But this one I never played. Like, knowing Ace Attorney, it's gonna be some fucking bullshit. Like, oh, someone in, like, one of the upper windows threw a stab at, like, just threw a knife into her back from above and killed her. And then we're gonna have to argue about the physics of the knife. What a stupid idiot man. Can't wait to defend him in court. Chat, he cooked. I think he's fucking cooked, guys.
So the victim was unknown to you, and there was nobody else on the street at the time. That creates something of a conundrum, doesn't it?
Hmm? What conundrum? Bruh. What do you mean, Susato-san? What's the conundrum? And what is a conundrum? Because I don't know that much English.
Well, if what Sasaki-san just told us is true, there's something I can't explain. He says that he didn't know the victim, and that there was no one else at the scene. Then he apparently fled without having been seen.
I did! But if that's the case, surely this man has to be the culprit, right? God, am I getting two guilty motherfuckers in a row? Ah, you! What did you just say? Oh, I did say it out loud. Nothing! I didn't say anything! I think Rinosuke has a really nasty habit of voicing all of his thoughts aloud. Oops, perhaps I thought that a little loudly.
Actually, that's not what was troubling me. What I was thinking was, how did Sasaki-san actually come to be arrested?
Sorry?
He didn't touch the victim, and there was nobody at the scene to see him. So how did the police ever discover that he was there in the first place?
Oh, yeah, she's right. I mean, maybe he just came across it, and then, I don't know, there were bloody shoe prints.
It was him. That accursed great detective. He led the police to me.
Of all the bad luck. Oh my god, fucking Sholmes. Why? Well, at least we know he's innocent now, because Sholmes never guesses right the first time. A cursed great detective, could it be?
I shall never forget that man's name as long as I live. With his haughty laugh and his self-proclaimed greatness. Brash, big-headed busybody, begone!
Oh my fucking god.
May you be cursed until the end of your days, Airlock Sholmes!
Sholmes! I knew it! That fucking idiot got himself involved again.
Mr. Sholmes!
What is going on with Natsume's eyes? I've been, like, looking at them, and they're very intricate for Ace Attorney eyes. Like, it kinda looks like two... Like, it's all, like, one color, but, like, it's like Koi Pond. It's giving Koi Pond. Airlock Sholmes. Well, didn't expect to hear that name from this man's lips, that's for sure.
It was the morning after that nightmare had unfolded on the pavement before me. I was gnawing on a sliver of hard cheese when some men suddenly burst through the door. They started shouting at me, "This is the police! Put the weapon down! It's cheese!" Yes, it was a thin sliver, and yes, it was hard, but I wasn't eating a weapon. Disgusting dietary discrimination devils!
This man's lactose intolerant. I'm just feeling that. You clearly had a trying morning yesterday.
And there he was in the middle of all the policemen, grinning like a Cheshire cat. That Airlock Sholmes.
It's actually just Herlock Sholmes. He's English. It's not German. Not German.
I've since found out that he's a famous name in detection here in London. Yes, the great detective is really very well known somehow. And his overly sharp mind managed to deduce my whereabouts, apparently. He thinks I'm the knife-wielding madman, me, this weak, stooped kitten of a man.
Oh, well, at least he's self-aware. I wonder what great deduction process led him to his conclusion this time. Definitely incorrect, whatever it was.
Do you mean to say that Mr. Sholmes' deduction was the only reason the police arrested you? That would be really most unreasonable, because he's fucking stupid. Well, the thing is, I was thrown into a panic when they barged their way in. Of course you were. That's only natural. So I might have shot one of them. You know, always keep some kind of firearm on you. That's what I learned in America. They told me to study English there too. I was terrified and trembling, and they kept throwing question after question at me in impossible English. Fiendish foreign film flammery!
Do you think Maud would call him kitten during the whole stream? That's not canon. Not canon. I refuse to acknowledge that.
Well, we are in England. You can't really blame them for questioning you in English.
Good point, but my mind went blank. I knew I had to answer, but I didn't know what to say. So I just kept repeating things like, yes, I do, and I'm fine. Bruh. The next thing I knew, I was in manacles, and before I knew it, I was thrown in here. This man studies the English language for a fucking job.
Oh dear, I'm afraid that's hardly surprising.
I'm fine. He's not fine now. Mr. Naruhodo Esquire! What? I'm not a knight. Oh, you can just call me Naruhodo, and when we're speaking English, a simple mister is more than enough. Oh, yes, alright, they've really got me. This country is poisoning my mind. I don't think they use Esquire anymore, man. Maybe in books. Like, but please, I beg you to defend me in court tomorrow. You can tell them what really happened. You'll do it, won't you? Bro. Well, Why? Why? Why is it so hard to say yes to me? Well, the thing is, I'm just a student like yourself on a study tour. A student? I have defended a case in the Old Bailey, only the one, though, yesterday. But at the moment in time, I really don't know what I'm supposed to believe in. I'm confused about what justice in this country even means. I think they just kill anyone that's deemed guilty, even if they get a not guilty.
Oh, Naruhodo-san.
I'm not even the foreign student who was supposed to be here. I'm a sort of locum lawyer, I suppose. But that armband! That's the mark of a defense lawyer from our great empire! It's a keepsake from the man who should have been here. He was my best friend, and more than that, and also he's still alive, but you know, he's taking a break. They're like executions, that's why they're hanging places all over the road.
Yeah.
A keepsake! Oh, chat, am I cooked? You know, I think this guy would be a very entertaining Twitch streamer. I know exactly what they're saying about me.
Oh, who do you mean?
The lawyers, all the British defense lawyers. They won't defend me.
Goodness, why do you say that?
For the same reason as you noted before when it happened. There was only the victim and myself around, and I ran away from the scene of the crime. I'm not a fool. I know it looks as though I must be the culprit. Must be very hard for you, Soseki-san, although you don't seem very low-spirited in there. And anyway, I'm a student from overseas. I'm just a foreign nobody to them. Someone not to be trusted. I mean, honestly, I think defense attorneys here are just, you know, cautious and possibly lazy as fuck. Because there was a guy that was willing to pay 1,000 guineas for a defense, and they refused? Like, why? I heard them openly laughing about me before in my earshot without any compunction at all. Any trial for this man would be a waste of time, they said. And of course the foreigner did it. They even had the gall to say the man doesn't understand half of what's being said anyway. Which is true. It's true, and that's why it hurts. That's awful. They're wrong. I've studied more English than half of the policemen out there on the streets. I've traveled halfway around the world to learn about these people's country and its great history. I mean, but you were also complaining that they were questioning you in English. So I don't know what to believe here, man. But no one here wants to listen to a man with a strange accent. They all hate me. So at the very least, I'd like to entrust my fate to someone who can listen to me in my native tongue. Well, I guess I'm literally the only person here that can help you then. You could do it. Couldn't you? When I look into your eyes, I can see it. I can see what you've been through. I can tell a fellow gay man when I see one. Soseki-san, it's just that... God. Who was the reference? Like, I need to know. Because, like, this animation feels, like, very rotoscopy, you know? Like, they found someone to do these, like, motions, and then they animated on top of that. So, like, I want to see a real live man doing this fucking anxiety-riddled paranoia animation. It's so funny. Give me a little time, please. I need to investigate and make sure that I'm not putting myself in, you know, danger. Law-wise. I'll do what I can for the time being. What do you mean?
We shall investigate the case as thoroughly as possible. If we can find some clues, it will give us a much better chance, I'm sure.
Oh, yes, thank you! I'll be here, all alone, waiting for you, locum student Mr. Naruhodo Esquire. Oh god. It's like a Hispanic name. It's just gonna keep getting longer.
We should be going then, Naruhodo-san. We have a case to prepare for.
Indeed. Visiting a cold, dark jail brings home the reality of crime and punishment. Alright, let's go to Briar Road. Hey, where's that corpse, baby? Oh, it's snowy. Maybe she, like, slipped and fell on the knife. It's England. People probably leave knives just, like, standing up on the, like, the hilt of the blade, right? Holy shit, that bike is fucked up. Aw, what a good snowman. William Robbins. What does it say? Fractal... What? Oh, practical... What? Practical optician? Daily News, the Metropolitan. Kennerson Brewery. And I don't know what that last one is. This is Ace Attorney, that's highly likely. It's pretty possible. This is where it happened, Briar Road.
Look, Mr. Naruhodo.
Hello.
Look at that regulation metal helmet. It's unmistakable.
What?
The men of Scotland Yard are here. They're investigating as we speak.
Oh. That is their job, you know?
But Mr. Naruhodo, to see one with my own eyes. Let's take a picture. They're often depicted in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, but I never dreamt I'd ever come this close. To a real Bobby's helmet.
What? The helmet?
Hey, of course. I have to try one on one day.
Well, I hope your Hattie dream comes true. Hello, Gregson. Eggman.
What's the Japanese delegation doing here?
Yeah, we went to prison.
Oh, Inspector Gregson.
I see you got more fries.
This isn't on the tourist trail, as I'm fairly sure you're well aware. Yes, of course. We're here to investigate. So you've been to the holding cells then? What'd you make of the criminal? He's not a criminal, as you put it, Inspector. He's a suspect. We'll see about that. You Japanese like to stick together, I suppose.
Don't be fucking racist, man. Those are the same fries, yes. H.H. Gregson.
Oh, do what you will. Doesn't bother me. The bloke's in court tomorrow, whatever happens, and the verdict's a foregone conclusion.
Ugh. Stone cold air of rejection.
Take heart. London at this time of year is full of stone cold air.
That makes it worse somehow. You want to look at my armband? Inspector Gregson, can I show you this?
Am I supposed to know what that is? I've never seen that insignia before.
Do you guys not have the scales of justice in fucking England? That's not even a Japanese thing, man. It's worn by defense lawyers in the Empire of Japan. It's a symbol of their profession.
In other words, it's a worthless trinket in Great Britain.
Oh, no, it's very important to me. It shows my spirit and Kazuma's.
An English gentleman keeps things like his spirit very much to himself, I have, you know. We're all introverts here.
Oh.
Don't give up, Mr. Naruhodo.
It's too late. He's crushed my spirit already. And don't get weird, Gregson. Yeah, about Scotland Yard.
Pack the cat at Scotland Yard. Tell me about Scotland Yard, Inspector. Ever since I read about it in The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, I've been fascinated by the place.
Here in England, we have never seen the sun. Yep. And we never will.
The Yard is the most sophisticated policing organization you'll find anywhere in the world, ma'am. Oh, and you know I've always dreamt of wearing a real Bobby's helmet. Please take one for me.
It does make them look the part, seeing that policeman there with his helmet on. You'd certainly get the sense that this is a man who will take no nonsense in his duty of protecting the city. I don't know, I think they look pretty fucking silly.
Oh yes, doesn't he look wonderful?
Being a London Bobby is hard going, I can tell you.
Oh really? I thought they just walked up and down the street all day.
First thing in the morning, you know what he does? Goes round and rouses all the labourers on his beat so they can get off to work.
What? He wakes people up? That's fucking annoying.
Yep. Raps on their windows with a long pole. Did it myself going back a bit.
I had no idea.
So they're alarm clocks.
The Bobby works for the people of the town. It's just another one of his duties.
Now you want fries? I also kind of want fries. Maybe I'll order food later.
After that, he starts tirelessly patrolling the streets all day long. He has to cover 20 miles a day. That's the regulation distance.
Oh, shit. I hate his chin. What fucking chin?
Can't really imagine how far that is, but sounds like a long way.
I only learned American, like, American measuring systems. What the fuck is a kilometer?
Let me see. 20 miles. That's approximately the distance from Tokyo to Yokohama.
Wait. Oh no, I guess he is using American, like, imperial. Wait, no, England doesn't use, but it came from England. They gave us imperial, and then they switched over and said, haha, you guys are losers. On foot? That's definitely taking things a step too far.
And when it gets dark, of course, he has the important job of lighting up all the gas street lamps.
Oh my.
And I suppose in between all of those duties, Bobbies are expected to investigate cases as well. 20 miles from Tokyo to London, basically.
And chased after criminals trying to evade the law.
I'm not sure you could call it in between exactly. More alongside. But yes. They're expected to handle those jobs as well. We do have men keeling over from time to time, I admit.
Shit. I'd always dreamt of wearing one of those helmets, as I said. But it's with a heavy heart that I shall have to relinquish that dream to you, Mr. Naruto.
Oh, you're asking me to die in your place. Your heavy heart will be my heavy head if you do.
Happened around 5 in the evening 2 days ago. Just there, on that open bit of pavement. The victim, a young woman, was stabbed with a blade from behind.
Is it right that the lady's still unconscious now? You mentioned that she's being treated in a hospital.
I never said she was a lady.
What?
Truth is, unless she comes round pretty smartish, we won't be able to find out much about her at all.
Okay, rude. Like, what makes her not a lady? What, because she's chubby? Fuck you, Gregson. Suppose that means they haven't been able to take a statement from her, of course.
Here's a map of the local area I happen to have on me. You can take it if you want.
Really? Are you sure?
It's yard policy to give lawyers defending suspects the odd bit of information to go on.
I mean, it should be yard policy to give me all of the information, but you know. Whatever, man. I haven't actually accepted the job yet, but still.
Thank you, Inspector. We gratefully accept.
Local map has been entered into the court record.
Anyway, as far as we know, there was no one else on the scene other than the victim and your fellow countrymen.
A woman, but not a lady. Yeah. Like, I don't know if he's just, like, dissing her. Like, it's pretty rude.
So, who did it, do you think? Not much of a head-scratcher, is it?
Well, I know Mr. Natsume is also claiming not to have seen anyone else around, but...
But just because he didn't see anyone, it doesn't mean we can be sure that nobody else was present.
Sorry to have to tell you, but we most certainly can be sure.
How?
Because, ma'am, the precise moment of the stabbing didn't go unnoticed.
It what? Oh, the witness did it for sure.
We have 2 very reliable witnesses, no less. It was a typical foggy London day, and your client obviously didn't see them.
There were witnesses now? The witnesses, tell me. Who were these witnesses, Inspector?
A fellow and his wife. And the man's one of the most reliable and respected citizens in all of London.
I mean, so was McGilden, man, and he definitely fucking killed that bitch.
He's a copper from Scotland Yard.
A policeman? Shit. That might change things. God, his fucking fries are so crunchy, man. It makes me hungry. What is on and in his hat? I'm not sure. I'll take a look when he's on screen again.
And this policeman just happened to be there at the exact moment the woman was attacked.
Nothing peculiar about that, ma'am. Part and parcel of being a bobby, catching him banging the act and all that.
What? It's just brown paper. What is it? What the fuck is that? Maybe the band was a little loose, so he needed to stuff some shit in there to make it not fall off. Do you think it might be possible for us to ask that policeman a few questions?
Be my guest. You can ask him what you'd like. In court tomorrow. Haha, loser.
Chocolate bar? Maybe? It doesn't really have the ridges of a chocolate bar. Maybe it's his wallet. He's just got a very tiny wallet. Oh.
I've no doubt I'll be summoned as a witness. So, that'll give you something to look forward to.
That's that, then. He's got no intent of letting us meet the man beforehand, it seems.
So the prosecution gets to fucking tell them what to say.
He poor as fuck. Yeah, that's a thin-ass wallet.
A policeman witnessed the incident. As your judicial assistant, I must warn you that that this could make our job very difficult indeed.
Yeah, as a non-judicial assistant, I could have warned me of that too. Oh, yeah, one more thing, Inspector.
What?
The person who led you to the suspect, I hear that was Mr. Sherlock Holmes?
What are you bringing him up for?
Was it something I said? The colors drained from his cheeks. Is it the friendly rivalry? Are you two like an old flame? I guess I'll ask. It's relevant.
Who did you hear that name from?
Oh, well, it was Mr. Natsume who mentioned it. He said that Mr. Sholmes was with the police when they entered his lodgings.
I'm sure it was the result of one of Mr. Sholmes' inspirational great deductions.
A fiddle faddle!
Huh?
The man's an amateur, and I'm getting sick and tired of him showing his mug everywhere.
I mean, you're not wrong. You're not wrong, but Gregson, I do have to say he is much hotter than you, so people aren't going to care.
Oh. I don't know where he gets his information from, but he turns up at the scene of the crime, wanders around spouting incomprehensible rubbish, and before you know it, he claims to have solved the case.
Yeah, he's quite astounding, isn't he?
He is a great help to Scotland Yard, though, isn't he?
Gibble gabble!
I hate British. Don't squeeze the fries like that, you fuck. No, that's how he makes new fries. He squeezes them into existence.
Ever seen this before?
Oh, yes, that's Rand's magazine.
The wonderful publication in which the adventures of Sherlock Holmes appears.
Yes, well, that wonderful publication, as you put it, sees fit to include several of the Yard's detectives in its stories. And this so-called great detective makes a mockery of all of us. If you ask anyone at the Yard, it's a misadventure to be included in any Sherlock Holmes tale at all.
Weren't you praising it because you got more popular after? Bruh.
Well, I suppose there is an element of that.
We work our socks off, every one of us, only to be frumped by the public thanks to that obnoxious detective. The man's as dangerous to us at Scotland Yard as he is to all our criminals.
That's why he's a private detective, or like, what is it in the BBC Sherlock? A consultant.
That can't really be true, can it, Inspector?
Clearly, the great detective and the police have a complex relationship. I still think that they're, you know, exes. Maybe like a one-night stand to Sholmes, but it meant the world to Greg. Being popular for being confidentially incorrect, or confidently incorrect should be a crime. Yeah. Channeling fries, hell yeah. I want that power. I'd be dead, though.
A twitchy Japanese bloke goes on trial tomorrow. Are you gonna defend him or not?
Well,
Makes no difference to me, but I will just say this. No London lawyer worth his salt would touch that case with a barge pole.
What's a fucking barge pole? Is that like a 29.5-foot pole? Because the prosecution's being handled by the Reaper of the Bailey, you mean?
And also we're kind of racist. There's no way to save the man now. It's a waste of time trying. It is all a bit strange, though.
Sorry?
The Reaper. He hasn't appeared in court once for a good few years now.
He appeared in court yesterday.
Yes, we did hear something to that effect.
And the only people he usually bothers with are the real scum. The master criminals, the violent ones.
Master criminals? Oh, so he wants an easy case. Fucking lazy fuck.
The violent ones.
That's right. He handpicks his victims. Only deals with those guaranteed to go to the gallows for their sins.
But Mr. Natsume wouldn't hang for what he's accused of, surely.
That's just my point. That's just my point, sunshine.
Why you calling me sunshine? I ain't your sunshine, buddy.
Yeah, the young woman was stabbed, but he didn't kill her. Couldn't even say the intent was there. So, this isn't the sort of case I'd be expecting the Reaper to want to sink his teeth into, for want of a better phrase.
Maybe he has to, for one reason or another? Well, it's not exactly a minor infraction, is it? Attempted murder?
No, there's gotta be more to it. Some reason he's taking an interest. Maybe he's just extra mega racist. I mean, we all knew. Like, we're all pretty racist already, but you know, like, he's on a different level of racist, you know?
Really, what sort of reason, Inspector?
You think I can tell what's going on inside the head of that Lord of Darkness? He'll have to ask him himself at tomorrow's trial.
Are we really gonna have to face the Reaper again? The Lord of Darkness, as he put it? He's so scary. Well, I don't think we're gonna get any more useful information out of the detective.
Mr. Naruhodo, can I make a suggestion?
Oh, yeah, what is it?
Well, it seems to me that we must speak with him about this.
About? By him. Do you mean... Oh, Sholmes. Mr. Sholmes?
Yes, Mr. Herlock Sholmes, exactly.
Look at those shining eyes. You can't wait, can you? Why are you still a fan? He's stupid. Oh, it's because he's hot, isn't it? Well, Mr. Natsume did blame Mr. Sholmes for all of this, didn't he? Everything's so clear. The Reaper wants to date Ryu, but his love language is dismiss proofs and bullying in the court. Oh, so like every prosecutor in the fucking series, right? Like, his only problem is that Ryu is taken, you know? Taken by a very much alive guy.
Yes, he did. He really did. Which makes him an involved party in the case. Are you just going to ignore that? I hope not. I assure you, it's not simply my selfish desire to meet with Mr. Sholmes again.
Well, the trouble is, we have no idea of the man's address even, so how...
It's Baker Street!
How do you know that?
It's in the stories, of course. 221B Baker Street, the most famous address in the world.
Oh, I see. Well, there's nothing to stop us from going, I suppose. We'd better try to find our way there before Susato-san gets any more excited and unpredictable. Why the fuck would they publish their, like, actual address in a story? Aren't all visual novels dating sims in disguise? Yeah. I mean, in a sense, yeah. Or it's just not disguised. Like Ace Attorney 1, in which, you know, you fill me with unnecessary feelings, unease and uncertainty. Oh, come on, Edgeworth. So, we're to have our reunion already. With the great detective, Mr. Herlock Sholmes. Can I, like, look around? Look at that snowman! Necessary, unnecessary feelings of gay. Yes, exactly.
What a delightful snowman!
I didn't realize the English had a tradition of making snowmen as well. Looks a little creepy, though.
Oh, it has a scarf, look!
You'd need one if you were out in this freezing cold all the time. He is made of cold, though. Wish I had one.
I'm afraid our budget is somewhat frozen at the moment, too. We certainly can't afford a scarf.
Surely the snowman here wouldn't miss his.
But the person who made the snowman certainly would.
Yeah, I know. You're right. Anyways, yoink! Even if I borrowed it, it wouldn't do much to warm my neck, would it? It's covered in snow. Damn. Hey, look, a murder scene.
Oh, that's a Scotland Yard carriage. They use vehicles like that to rush to crime scenes and cart away criminals.
You're very well informed, aren't you?
Oh man, this baby is so fast. It's got 2 whole horsepower. It's a long dream of mine to ride one of those through the streets of London.
Well, just pick up a stone and throw it through one of the windows then.
But that would mean being arrested in order to ride it. Wouldn't it? Still, if it's the only way, help me find a good stone.
No, I wasn't serious, please. Hello, officers. This patch of pavement must be where the incident occurred.
Yes, it's a very wide open space, isn't it?
That's true. Can't see anywhere an attacker could have been hiding. Bush.
Oi, what are you foreigners doing here?
Imagine that being an actual case. Oh, shit. Oh, we, just investigating the scene, officer.
Conspiring with the mustache fella from Japan, are you? You Nipponese.
Conspiring?
Want me to destroy evidence, have you? Get out of here before I give you an hiding. Go on.
Okay, rude.
He shoot us away like rats.
Yeah, we should give him a wide berth, I think.
What a disappointing experience.
Here I thought that the police were just. What the? Okay, there it is. There's piles of snow on the pavement here and there, but the road itself is covered in carriage tracks.
It seems carriages often travel down Briar Road. It soon disperses all of the snow.
I slipped over when I was walking down the pavement earlier. Seems like it would be far safer to walk on the road instead.
Oh, but you're rather small, Mr. Naruhodo, and dressed all in black. I worry coachman might not see you, and you could be flattened by horses. I think, you know, being just simply grazed by a horse would snap you in half, you fucking twink.
Well, thank you for the rather small concern. I'm not gonna have nightmares about that, surely. Why are the windows bricked out? Oh, look at the windows of that building there.
Are you sure they're windows?
Yeah, but they're all filled in with bricks.
Oh, you're right! I wonder why. Perhaps it's an empty property where nobody lives at the moment?
There's smoke coming out of the chimneys, though. Oh shit, it's on fire!
Oh dear. Everything still feels very foreign. There's so much we have to learn about this place.
Strand Street. Japanese windon'ts.
It's a rather typical old brick building, isn't it? I'm sure it has a long and interesting history.
Yeah, it's like... It must be like 20 years old at this point. Well, time certainly seems to have taken its toll on the place. It's crooked and sagging all over. In fact, it looks in decidedly worse shape than the other houses around here. It's typical fucking landlords.
We must find some cheap lodgings ourselves as soon as possible.
Yeah, you're right. Cheap, but ideally with reasonably level floors. Who fucked up this bike?
Oh, a British bicycle, look! Although the wheel is so misshapen, I'm sure it couldn't possibly be ridden anymore.
You can, if you're very determined. Someone must have been doing some breakneck cycling.
It seems bicycles have become extremely popular in London recently. There's even a movement to change women's dress to allow them to ride as well.
Bicycle fad won't last.
I don't see why anyone would want to ride something like that.
Goodness, do you dislike bicycles?
No, not at all. I mean, it's not that I dislike them exactly. It's just that any occupation that involves taking both your feet off firm ground seems reckless. If you'd ever tried walking on stilts and falling into a river, I know you'd agree with me.
What?
What? I don't think that's not the same thing.
We'll have to hire a bicycle sometime. You can sit behind me while I ride you around.
Pathetic. Pathetic fucking behavior, Rinosuke. Is that it? Oh, look at that. Beautiful British sky! Clouds look so big and heavy in the sky, don't they? And with the dense fog as well, everything looks hazy. Ah, don't you love the smell of coal being burnt in every single house?
Well, it is known to be it is known as foggy London town.
I could just make out some sort of spire through the fog. Looks like it's still being built, though. Oh, that's the glass tower. Yeah, Crystal Tower.
Aha, yes! That must be the Crystal Tower, being built for the great exhibition that's to open in 6 months' time. Apparently it's going to be very striking, glazed on all sides and the symbolic centerpiece of the exhibition.
I bet you that, like, there's a murder. Like, someone's gonna murder someone on there. They're gonna, like, finish the building and then someone's gonna stab someone on top, you know? Like, they're gonna hoist their body up on top of it, Persona 4 style. It's to be the largest exposition in history, is it? Can't even begin to imagine it. I guess that's it. New location, Sholmes' suite. 221B Baker Street, the home and office of the most famous detective in the world.
Can we really visit, do you think? Oh, pinch me, I am sure must be dreaming.
Cutscene. There's a fucking window tax, bro.
Thank you very much. It's just up there overlooking the street. Good day.
Typical fucking landlord behavior.
Thanks again.
This is it. The residence of Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
Interesting. Yeah, snow gone. Listen. Like, Sholmes's... Oh my god. Sholmes's entire, like, Labrador energy just melted all of the surrounding snow on the street. 19th of February, 12:53 p.m. Sholmes's suite. So, this is where the great detective makes his living. Feels surreal to be here somehow. Jesus fucking Christ, what a hoarder. Is it as described in the stories, Mrs. Zato?
God, what a fucking mess.
Susato-san? Oh, she likes it?
Many, many famous cases have been solved here in this very room.
Oh, I suppose they must have been, yes. I've never read the stories, so it's hard to get quite as excited about it as she seems to be.
The detective chases the villain relentlessly as he disappears into the fog town. The fog down an unlit London street. Oh, the thrill of it, the romanticism. Can't you feel your heart thumping in your chest? Can't you, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, I suppose you can. Or I suppose I can, yeah. I don't.
So if you don't mind, I'm going to be stealing. I'll just stand here and soak up the atmosphere for a while longer. Please, don't mind me.
She's obsessed. Susato, I think you have tachycardia. We better get a rhythm doctor in here, stat! Well, looks like our detective friend isn't home at present. Excuse me! Is anyone home? Oh, do we have a visitor? Homest? Oh my god, it's you. tiny little pink Miku girl. Actually, I guess it's closer to Teto, huh?
Hello? Is it a big new case for Mr. Sholmes?
I forgot what voice I gave her. Hello? Wait.
Aren't you...
Oh, how rude of me. I'll go and make some tea at once.
I'm sure it's the same girl. Miss Usato, did you see that girl who was just here? Hmm?
Oh, yes. Isn't it truly extraordinary? Oh, to think that the King of Bohemia came to this very room to ask Mr. Sholmes to take on his case.
The King of Bowaria?
King Wilhelm Gottstrick, Sigismund von Ormstein, of course.
Sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Forget the adventures of Herlock Sholmes for a moment and look over there. Tell me she's not Sholmes' daughter. Oh god. I mean, probably not. 'Cause, like, did they have hair dye?
The tea's brewed and I freshly baked cake as well.
Ah, it's you.
I knew it. Susato-san recognizes her too.
Ah, there you are. And taking that with you as well. I was looking forward to the trial of one of my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Oh, good day to you. Well, the inventor, I suppose, of that machine.
She is steampunk ultimate. Except a lolly, you know? Maybe she's actually 72. She's just got that, you know, technological shit. It's the girl who turned up at the end of Mr. McGilded's trial in the defendant's antechamber.
I've never met a lawyer from the Far East before. Poor you having to get straight to work when you only just arrived in London.
Oh, yes, it was challenging.
Well, try this tea. It's my special blend, you know. There's no roofies or whatever.
Oh, thank you. Is tea supposed to look that color? I think it is spiked.
Oh my, what a fragrant yet mellow flavor.
Hooray! It's a winner! I tried blending different leaves designed to alleviate fatigue, you know. You must be exhausted after a long voyage here, and you have another ticklish trial tomorrow.
How? Do you know?
Oh, and you're to defend a Japanese man. I do wish you lots and lots of luck.
What?
Did Mr. Sholmes tell you about us by any chance?
What is your name?
Oh, you know Hurley, do you?
Oh my god. That's the worst part of this consonant swap thing, because, like, people call Sherlock Shirley sometimes, right? But, like, it's infinitely fucking worse when his name is Herlock and she calls him Hurley. I do not believe that Sholmes fucks. Hurley? Mr. Sholmes to you, surely?
Mr. Sholmes was a fellow passenger on the boat that brought us to Great Britain, you see.
Was he really? Well, I had no idea. I never know what he's doing. I'm afraid Hurley's out on an errand again today, even though he's just returned from overseas.
Wait a minute. We met this girl for the first time ever yesterday after the trial, and only briefly at that. How on earth does she know so much about us? Did she deduce all those things, do you think?
And perhaps more to the point, why is she here in Mr. Sholmes' suite?
Oh my god, she's the fucking smart one. She's the one actually solving the cases, bro. Like, Sherlock comes back to his suite, and he's like, girl, I've got a case, and I think I've figured it out, and he lays it out, and she's like, actually, Like, you're a little bit wrong there. And then she fixes all of it. Yeah, she says Ghost Rider! Exactly. Ghost Detective. Wait, that's a different game. That's a good game.
Oh, silly me. I haven't introduced myself, have I?
You don't have a skirt. No, wait, you do have a skirt, but you didn't lift it. I guess it's good. You're a child.
It's a great pleasure to meet you both. My name is Iris Wilson.
Oh! You're our Watson? This is our Watson. Wait. Wait, hold on. Are you related to the guy that died case 1? Is that... Wait, okay, maybe that's her dad. Maybe that's her dad. No one tell her. No one tell her she's dead, or he's dead, okay? She needs to just think that he's gone off to a foreign land and fucked off to be a shit dad, you know?
I live here together with Hurley.
Iris, is it? What a lovely name.
What?
What's the matter?
No, wait, this can't be. Did you say that your name is Wilson?
Yeah, he's looking for milk and cigarettes in, you know, the afterlife. He's just gone for cigs, trust. Well, I don't think it would be cigs in the 1600s. I think it would be straight up tobacco. What's the matter with Susato-san? Why is she so flustered all of a sudden? Surely not Hurley.
Yes, that's right. And what are your names?
Oh, I'm Rinosuke Naruhodo, a lawyer from Japan.
Oh, sorry. I'm Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant, Susato Mikotoba. It's wonderful to meet you.
Lovely, Susie and Runo.
What? Hold on. Hold on. Fuck, it's not here. Naruhodo. Naruhodo. That no part of my name has Runo. Oh, Ryunosuke. She can't pronounce the Ryu. So she's like Runo. Good enough.
Lovely, Susie and Runo, got it.
Susie?
And Runo. There's more to this girl than meets the eye. I have so many questions for her. I don't know where to start.
Yes, and so do I.
Here, do you want to look at my armband? Fuck. Oh, generic.
Oh, how exciting. What is it? Telling me about it.
Well, actually, I was hoping you might be able to tell me something about it if anything comes to mind.
Why would it?
Well, no, I suppose it wouldn't.
Tell me, I want to hear everything.
This hasn't gone according to plan. I just wanted to show off. Iris. It was you that we ran into yesterday, wasn't it? At the Old Bailey.
Yes, that's right. You were ever so helpful. Thank you very much.
Oh, no, not at all. I'm so sorry we couldn't have been more welcoming.
Though at the time, we did have a rather large gun pointed at us. Oh my god!
Like this?
Oh my god! No!
Thinking back now, you left with Miss Lestrade in tow, didn't you?
Oh yeah, that awkward witness, Gina Lestrade.
Oh, Ginny, yes, she's a professional pickpocket.
So we found out.
It was very naughty of her to pinch my invention like that.
Are you referring to that trial-disrupting gun-like contraption?
Yeah, it's perfectly legal. It only fires smoke bombs. You know, enough to cover up evidence and stuff. Exactly, so I followed her, you see, to get it back.
Perhaps I should think about fitting a self-destruct mechanism in my inventions.
Oh god, this girl is dangerous.
Anyway, I brought Ginny back here after that, so she could apologize to my trusty technician.
Sorry, your technician?
Hurley, of course, silly.
I'm sorry, that man... Like, he's an engineer?
Hurley? Yes, Herlock Sholmes. We live here together.
I had no idea the great detective had such an interesting young daughter. Yo, you can make a gun.
Daughter? Not likely. That man doesn't fuck. At least not women. I wouldn't call him Hurley if it was my father, would I?
I don't know, maybe it was like a weird adoption thing.
Well then, what is your relationship with Mr. Sholmes? Well, I expect you found out that lodgings of any kind in London are very expensive.
Trivia time. Did you know that elephants look at us the way we look at puppies or kittens? They think we're cute. Interesting. Then how come I haven't been adopted by an elephant yet? Explain that, science.
So the solution is to share the cost with a partner, a roommate.
Your roommates? Oh my god, they were roommates?
I hope you don't mind me asking, Iris, but how old are you? 10 at last this year.
Oh my god. Well, what of your mother and father?
Oh no, they're not around.
Oh, I see. Wonder what the story is there.
Oh, you know, Daddy just went on a trip to Japan. He's a...
Like, what did he teach? Medicine?
He's a doctor, you know?
Interesting. The science side of Tumblr can only do so much. Oof.
Oh yes, there's something I must ask you. Of course. Go ahead, Susie. I'm a very great fan of the Adventures of Herlock Sholmes and... Oh, you have a copy of Rent's magazine!
The goggles, they match. Yeah, I mean, it seems like they work together.
Yes, I read every issue. It's delivered all the way to Japan on a ship.
Oh my god. Susato, where do you get that money? Does being a judicial assistant really pay that much?
Oh, this is so exciting. My stories are being read on the other side of the world.
My stories? Holy shit. She's a ghost writer and a ghost detective. What the fuck?
That's right. Hurley's always solving such amazing cases, you see? And then he tells me about them. And then I correct all of the little details. But you know, they're very exciting, so I write them down. They really are quite fascinating. It would be such a shame if I was the only one who ever heard them, don't you think? Goodness. Last night he was telling me all about a new case he just solved on a steamship traveling from a faraway land. So I was just in the middle of typing up the manuscript for the next issue before you came. So you are the author? Yes. I'll let you in on a secret if you like. I'm going to call the latest adventure The Speckled Band.
The Speckled Band? That's certainly very familiar.
Of course, I always change one or two details in the stories. Even there. You know, I usually give him all the credit, even though usually it ends up being that, you know, someone else fixes all of his deductions, but, you know, whatever makes a good protagonist, you know? The protagonist can't lose. That's what sells.
This time, I had the idea of making a venomous snake be the cause of all the trouble.
Oh, that was Mr. Sholmes' first thought as well, actually. And then all of the, logical fallacies in it were pretty bad.
Yes, and of course I know that a snake might not be a credible fit for the facts of the case exactly, but... it's a story! Some poetic license is justified to make it more thrilling, I think, don't you?
So, do you mean to say they were all fake? Are the stories about Mr. Sholmes that are published in Rand's magazine?
All written by me, yes! On my wonderful and very modern typewriter!
Oh god, how do you reach it?
But all of the stories I've ever read are written by a doctor of medicine, Dr. John H. Wilson.
Oh. Huh. They share poses too? Yeah. Hey, if you're roommates with someone, you're gonna pick up some mannerisms. Wait, how did Susato not piece that together in the first trial? Huh? The fucking victim's name was John Wilson. Was it John H. Wilson? I don't remember. Like, why didn't Susato say anything? Susato-san's getting more and more worked up.
Ah, yes, that's me. I mean, my name really is Wilson.
What about the doctor of medicine part?
That's all true too. I am a doctor of medicine.
Oh my god. She's got 17 PhDs already at age 10. No! At 10 years old? What the fuck am I doing with my life?
At 10 years old.
Well, that's quite incredible.
But... Dr. Wilson is an English gentleman!
Ah, yes. That's just because of sexism. People aren't going to read something written by a woman. Not in the 1600s.
Yeah, she's the very reason current jobs request a master's degree at entry level. Yeah, Iris really set the fucking bar. She fucked us all over.
I did alter the setting slightly for the stories to be more compelling.
Oh.
Well, sounds a little strange, doesn't it? A great detective with a 10-year-old girl in tow.
Yeah, he would never beat the allegations.
I suppose it does, yes.
Poor Susato-san. She looks like her whole world is just falling apart. Oh my god. She was such a fucking supporter of, like... What the fuck is the ship name? John Locke? Yeah, John Locke. Where the fuck am I? I'm in Sherlock's house. Yeah, she can't be a John Locke supporter anymore because John Wilson here is a 10-year-old girl. It's not gay anymore, and also it would be pedophilia. Your deductions just now. Herlock. It's over with Sholmes' face, yeah. About before.
Yes, what's in your mind, Bruno? Do tell me.
How did you know that I was a lawyer and we just arrived in London, I mean?
Yes. Oh, and that we have a difficult trial tomorrow. How did you know all of that?
Oh, that's what you mean. It's really quite elementary. And I would know, I'm in elementary school. Mostly just, to make friends, because I did already pass, several PhD classes. But, same thing.
Please, tell us how you did it. Explain every detail.
Of course, I'd be delighted. Although there's really no mystery. Now, let's begin.
Oh god.
Iris Wilson is proud to present her Logic and Reasoning Spectacular.
Oh, right now? Oh shit!
First of all, I know already that you were a lawyer, Bruno.
Oh shit.
After all, I met you yesterday at the Old Bailey in the defendant's antechamber.
Holy shit, we are getting investigated. How the turns table. What a turnabout. But you also said that we'd only just arrived in London. How did you know that?
I observed the passport and travel ticket protruding from your breast pocket.
Oh.
So, I was reasonably confident that you must have only just arrived in the country. And on top of that, you accepted a case against that particular prosecutor, telling me you were unaware of London's court affairs.
Ugh. The Reaper of the Bailey, I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Then I noticed a red ink stamp on the back of Susie's hand. You were given that when you visited the local prison to meet with the suspect, weren't you? Earlier today. They use those stamps to keep a close eye on comings and goings, you see.
She is... She's just a really competent version of Sherlock. What the fuck? Sorry, Herlock.
I didn't realize.
And the red stamp is only used for people visiting foreign inmates. So, that told me that even though you'd only yesterday concluded the trial of Magnus McGilded, the two of you had already had cause to visit a foreign inmate at a local prison. However, neither of you was wearing a particularly sad expression on your face. So, I concluded that the prisoner was unlikely to be a friend or a relative. That led me to believe that you must have accepted a new case.
I see.
But how could you have known that the trial is tomorrow?
Well, having barely been home a few hours yesterday, Hurley solved yet another case. It obviously amused him. He told me that he caught a Japanese man who was bawling and trembling.
A Japanese man? Well, clearly that must have been.
Mr. Natsume.
Well, at least we know he's innocent.
Now Runo has that fancy Japanese sword. And I think your outfit is called a kimono, isn't it, Susie? Well, anyway, it was clear to me that you both come from Japan yourselves. So, I put two and two together and decided you must be defending the Japanese man Hurley caught. And there was only one conclusion those facts could lead me to. You both came here to ask Hurley about the case.
Oh god. What the fuck? She's smart.
There's a note on the mantelpiece that says the man's trial will be tomorrow. Hurley's always stabbing his notes with a knife, you know. He's silly.
Is that silly? Oh, it is right next to, like, genie clown shoes, so maybe he is pretty fucking silly.
And that's all there was to it, really. Thank you for listening. I'm Iris Wilson, and that was one of my great deductions.
What the fuck? Oh. Hold on now. There we go.
Well, was it a winner? Were my deductions correct?
They were spot on. What the fuck? You're literally 10.
That was amazing, Iris. Truly a great deduction.
Do you remember the way he hangs off every surface he investigates? He is the silliest. That's true. That's true. You even managed the certain something of Mr. Sholmes' delivery.
Oh well, I was just copying Hurley style for that.
This is really very good news.
Oh, also, like, I don't think this is present on Herlock's, but she's got a little heart on her goggles. Yeah, actually a great deduction, and it's not like Sholmes' random fucking bullshittery.
You could tell us all about the case involving the Japanese man. You will, won't you, Iris, please?
Yeah, tell me. So, yesterday, Mr. Sholmes apprehended a Japanese man, as you were saying.
Yes. Hurley had just arrived back in London after a sea voyage. But the police were waiting for him at the railway station to take him directly to the crime scene.
The great detective's a popular man, it seems. Oh, they don't know that he has a ghost deducer. Not random, more often misguided. I mean, they're pretty random sometimes. Like, if he can't quite, like, he gets a general gist of, like, something that might be... Like, he gets enough to make the person react in a way that it's like, oh, have they figured me out? And then he says some fucking random bullshit like, oh, you're gonna cut off your luscious beard. Hmm? Huh? Yeah. Ooh.
Apparently a woman was stabbed in a quiet street somewhere in town. Sucks to suck. There were witnesses who had seen a short, shifty-looking stooped man running away from the scene.
He connects 2 and 2 together and somehow gets 3. Yeah. Like, it's not quite there, but if you just push him a little bit, he still won't be there. But, you know, if you do all of the hard work for him, then he's got it.
A short, shifty-looking stooped man. Mr. Nuts may beyond any doubt. Soseki-san said that he didn't see anyone else on the street at all. It seems there were witnesses after all. Hurley used his great deductive powers to determine the man's address. It was a lodging room very nearby. He went directly there with the police, and what did they find? A short, shifty-looking stooped man, shivering in fear.
Ugh. Mr. Sholmes' great deduction certainly hit the mark that time.
Of course it did. He's a great detective.
Susato, are you still hanging on to this fantasy? Still, that means the incident occurred only 2 days ago. Surely tomorrow is too soon for the trial, isn't it?
Definitely. We have no time to investigate properly. Hurley says that London is rife with crime.
I mean, yeah. It's fucking London. Oh.
Scotland Yard's doing its best, but they can't stay on top of it, apparently. Oh dear. I didn't realize the situation was so dire. That's why they can't afford to spend too much time investigating cases and trying the criminals in court. Staff and money are both short. Crimes are usually pinned on the first suspicious person.
ZZZ 1.1 releases soon. Want to pre-download? Already done. Already did it.
That's terrible. I suppose it's the harsh reality of the workings of the world's greatest justice system.
I suppose it is, but in that case, I don't hold out much hope for Soseki-san. Yeah, I'm gonna be rolling for Jane Doe because I like her tail. Thank you for answering so many of our questions, Iris. And also, is your... like, I think your dad's dead? This has been very informative.
You're most welcome. I've had so much fun.
Do you happen to know where Mr. Sholmes is at the moment? As you guessed, we'd like to ask him some questions about this case as well.
Oh, well. I expect Hurley's still investigating the scene.
Of the case involving Mr. Natsume, you mean?
Yes, Mr. Nuts. Oh, May? Nuts... May? Mr. D's Nuts. Hurley said he was going to the man's lodgings. If you leave now, you'll probably catch him there. Iris, do you know where those lodgings are? Well, I imagine the police are still investigating the scene of the crime themselves, aren't they? Did you happen to come across a detective by the name of Gregson while you were there?
Oh, yeah, we know Inspector Gregson. Are we doing these nuts jokes now? Listen, she started it.
Oh, goody. In that case... Give Gregsy this from me, would you? If you do that, I'm sure he'll tell you what you want to know.
What is this? Are you bribing him?
A 5-shilling piece and a postcard. A 5-shilling piece and a postcard, it seems.
Iris's postcard has been entered into the court record.
It reads, "Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem."
Oh, she's threatening this man. What the fuck? Christ.
This is a 5-shilling piece, isn't it? I believe it's called a crown.
Yeah, and you can train a Scotland Yard detective to do whatever you want with just a single one.
Iris must be the most powerful 10-year-old in the world.
How much is 5 shillings, by the way? What's it really worth?
Well, it's probably enough to buy all the chips the inspector could possibly eat in a whole month.
That's greasy. That's a lot of chips. He eats a lot. Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem. Iris Wilson. I will kill you. Iris's little handwriting's adorable, isn't it?
Tell the gentleman in black whatever he wants to know. I trust that won't be a problem.
Yes, the handwriting might be adorable, but the message is ominous. There's no room for sentiment there.
I'm sure it's simply the way you're interpreting it, Mr. Naruhodo. Anyway, I do hope the inspector will tell us what we need to know when he reads it.
You don't think it'll just make him munch piping hot chips until steam comes out of his ears, do you? You know, knowing Ace Attorney animations, I wouldn't put it past them.
Well, that wouldn't be an entirely terrible outcome. It'd be pretty funny, at least. Gosh, this will make the inspector help us, will it?
Well, thank you, Iris. As intimidating as it is, we'll give it a try.
Good luck, then. I'm going to return to writing my manuscript, The Speckled Band. And I'll be making more special blends of tea. So, come back again soon.
Iris carries a bazooka. Wilson does not fuck around. That's true. That's true.
We'd be delighted. Thank you so much, Iris. Well, Mr. Naruhodo, it's back to the scene of the crime.
So, somewhat dubious that they would exert any influence over the men of Scotland Yard at all, we headed back to the scene with Iris's curious note and one of the world's heaviest silver coins in hand. Wait, already?
What?
I mean, fuck, I'll take it. I'm not gonna stream for another fucking 7 hours again. I didn't think this investigation would take 2 parts. Okay. Wait, so is it gonna be like 2 parts investigation and then however many parts trial? Would be too funny. I have to go pick up my family from the airport. I can't stream for 7 hours again. Stream at no balls. No! Shit. Stream at no balls. Next time. Oh, that's cute. I didn't get to investigate the fucking room. I'll get to it eventually. Like, next time I'll investigate the room, because there's a fuck ton in that room to look at. Because Herlock's a fucking hoarder, I guess. Or maybe it's Iris. I don't know, man. Alright. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you all next time, this Thursday with more Addict game, Terraria. So, see you then. Bye-bye. I'm gonna be trying to beat the wall of flesh that time. Bye-bye.